I'm Sahala Harden, and this is my son, Jamison Nicewinger, and he's my only baby. And I had him here in this room even. I was really nervous about having any medicine at all, and I just wanted a place where I was going to be supported and not looked at as like, she's being like a crazy new mom who is scared of having medicine. And so I started looking at this route, and it had a friend who'd had her daughter at a birthing center here in Austin, and I found this place and I really liked it. I would say you'd be amazed at what your body is capable of doing on its own without any assist. And then I think the big, like in the end, the draw is like my recovery was so fast. Like you get to take your baby home that day. You're not taken away from your baby. And you know, I don't know, I was up and about in a few days as far as like, I don't know, I just felt like I wasn't in a lot of pain for more than like it, you know what I mean? Like I was uncomfortable for about a day, but recovery wise, and you want to have all that time to do stuff with your baby, and you don't want to be exhausted and feel crazy from all the medicine and stuff. And I think just getting to really be present to in that moment. And I know people have their babies in the hospital without drugs, but it was just such a like peaceful feeling to have your baby in a situation where it wasn't, there's no hospital setting, but it was still a really safe feeling, you know what I mean? Which I think that is probably the big hesitation people have, that I'm not in a hospital, like, well, they know what to do. But I never at any point was worried. I knew that something was going on at one point with my delivery, but I also wasn't worried. I knew that everything felt like they're taking care of it. I always felt really safe, but also not pressured. I labored for quite a while in the birthing tub, and I probably could have pushed in the tub, but I didn't feel I really was excited to labor in the tub, but then when I got in there, I felt too buoyant, I guess. So when they finally got me out and checked my dilation, they're like, yes, you're at a 10, as suspected. You probably could have been pushing for a while. Everything had just been so like, what would you like to do? Do you want to stay in the tub? Do you want to, you know, like very like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And there was this moment where they checked his heart rate. I was on the birthing stool, actually right here. And they checked his heart rate, and it was no longer, what do you want to do? They're like, and we're moving you to the bed. Because I was like, I don't want to get on the bed, but and so I didn't really know what was happening, but I knew that if they were no longer like, what do you want to do? Instead of like, this is what you're going to do, I knew something was going on. But even though everybody was so calm that it was almost like, I think something's going on, but only because you didn't ask me what I wanted to do. You just told me like, this is what needs to be done. And then his heart rate had dropped too low, and then I delivered on the bed, and then they flipped me over because his shoulder got stuck. I felt like there was a lot of really like crazy things going on, but it was so kind of seamless, like at the very end, that I think if I were in a hospital, I probably would have had a C-section. I think I probably would have been much more scared. Like they would, you know what I mean? Because later my doula was like, yeah, she's like, we were worried. We were a lot more worried than you have any idea. Because I had a son, I wondered about like, who would do a circumcision? Like, does that happen? And they told me like, again, they recommended like the pediatrician and whoever, their OBGYN, I guess, there. But, I mean, after having him here, and it was just such a peaceful experience, and it was so, like, we didn't even circumcise him, just because like we went through so much trouble to have this really serene birth, and then in the end it didn't even make sense, because at first I thought, oh, that it's just what's done, right? But it's funny because I'm like, you know, it's a little more common now too, like to not circumcise your kid. But his father I thought would be really against it, but I was like, I can't even imagine hurting him. So, and one of my guy friends the other day said, oh yeah, my mom regretted it. She said it was the most horrible thing she thought she'd ever done, because he had 2 sisters, and he said that she was like, what have I done to you? felt like the midwives really cared about all my crazy like first time mom questions that I had been, because I came here really late in my pregnancy and I'd already been to an OBGYN for like the first and half of the like second trimester, and every time I asked a question that, you know, he thought was like, they were just so put off by all my questions. Like I think I asked something like, can I drink kombucha? Because it said it had alcohol in it. I was like, can I have it? Because it's like a negligible %. And he was just super put off by it. And then also I asked a lot of questions about like having Stevens-Johnson syndrome and not wanting to have drugs, and he was like, well, like they were just really frustrated every question I asked. And so when I came here, I don't know, it just felt so much like more respected. Like, we get that you're a new mom and you can ask these questions, versus being seen as like the crazy new mom and like you're already being eye rolled at. That was really frustrating. Like, I know I'm crazy and new.